Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? So I'm on BoxNation.com here, and I've seen a very interesting article. I will leave the article in the description box. Like always, you click it, read it, and come to your own surmise, all right? But it's about Hughie Fury, the cousin of Tyson Fury. Hughie is rated number 6 by the WBO. And it's pretty much saying, Hughie said he's plans to win a world title in 2017, okay? We know that he is battling this acne disease that he has that causes extreme fatigue, fevers, joint pain. So it's making his, his training and his fights a little bit difficult, man, for him. So let me go ahead and just read some comments for this, and I'm going to go ahead and give you my thoughts, okay? He said, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Okay, this is his trainer. Hughie was also at 30% against Kassi, and he's been battling this condition in most of his pro fights, said Peter Fury, his father, okay? Dr. White said this is the worst case of acne conglobata. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, this disease that he has. He's seen in 5 years. Thankfully, Hughie's improving. His stamina and overall health are way better now than it was even a few months ago. Dr. White deserves a ton of credit for that. Okay, he also goes on and says, okay, now this is Hughie. He says, I'm feeling a lot better, and that has made this training camp much better for me thus far. We will have a month to go before fight night, and I'm waiting to find out who my opponent is. Regardless of who it is, I'm prepared for an impressive showing July 9th. My team expects that I will be 100% in the near future. My plan is to fight for and win a world title in 2017. Okay. I know he's rated highly by the WBO. So if Hughie Fury or if Tyson wins this fight, unless they plan on doing the unheard of, you know what I mean, as far as it goes for the heavyweights, two family members fighting for a title, either that's going to go on or Tyson's going to have to drop the WBO title if he wins this fight with Vladimir. All right, so I don't know who this opponent's going to be. He's going to fight on the other card of Tyson Fury and Vlad. It's funny, man, because they keep saying that this kid, is fighting at 30%, 20%. They keep giving up all these percentages, but they keep fighting. Then they just turned down they didn't want a Dillian White fight. Now, some of you may argue, oh, well, Hughie wanted to fight. I thought I seen something that they wanted to fight Deontay Wilder a while ago. Okay, but one thing I can say about that, man, is we can't go off what happened 2 years ago. One thing about boxing and in life in general, you can't worry about the past all the time when you're trying to achieve things and look forward to your future, man. Not trying to give you guys a speech, but that's just the facts. I mean, that's just what it is, man. So I don't want to hear about what coulda, woulda, shoulda happened in 2014. I'm talking about now and what's going to happen this point on. So this point on, you turn down a fight with White. Now, you can say because you guys are friends, and like I always say, man, when it comes to boxing, when it comes to wanting to be champion there can only be one. Unless you're blood related and you don't want to fight and all that, your friends or your best pals, or you were in, grammar school together, or you played on the same baseball team, like that doesn't mean anything when it comes to who wants to be the man at the division. So with that said, I don't know who this opponent's going to be. I don't expect a world beater. Even if he doesn't fight for a world title in the next 6-8 months, I'd like to see a fight against a Michelle Wallace or Tom Schwartz or maybe a Iju Aganu, somebody like that who is also climbing up the ranks. A Jarrell Big Baby Miller, Trevor Bryan. There's a lot of guys, man, that are not, say top 5. All of those guys, especially Jarrell Miller, probably think I'm tripping saying that because he's so confident. But my top 5, none of those guys are in the top 5 yet. So I like to see Hughie get in there with another legit undefeated guy that's in his position trying to climb up the ranks. I like to see a fight like that. I was going to say Dillian White, but he turned that fight down. So I like to see Hughie in one of those type fights, just see what happens. But I don't know what percent him and his team think he has to be at to get those type of fights, because obviously he fought Fred Kassi, as they say, at 30%, right? So what percent do you have to be at to fight another undefeated or maybe a one-loss prospect slash contender type of guy. Because you're going to have to fight one of those type of guys before you just step up and, think you're going to just fight for the world title. Look what they did with Joseph Parker. He had to fight a legit top 10 guy in Carlos Takam, Now we can argue that, well, Anthony Joshua, his situation was a little bit different. Charles Martin came looking for him and he wanted to fight him, and he got what he wanted and got knocked out. But Hughie, on the other hand, there's a lot of potential there. He's one of the better prospects that I've seen. I've done multiple videos on him. You can type in Mr. Boxing Today 2 and Hughie Fury, and you'll see all the positive videos I've done on this young man up to a year ago. You know what I mean? So hopefully, this fight, whoever he fights, he gets some good work. And after this, man, we try to turn it up a notch, because then he'll take a fight in, let's say, probably December, somewhere around there. Okay, the competition level's gonna have to step up, man. It's gonna really have to step up. And 2017 doesn't necessarily mean January 2017. It can mean December or November. So there's time for him to grow. I'm not trying to push him into a title shot, because I don't really think he's ready yet. But I do think he's ready to step up. Even if it's a guy like Matteo Madungno or Bogdan Dinu. I know some of you guys don't know those guys, but those are undefeated, overseas type guys, man. I like to see one of those. I don't want to see a Paul Butlin type. I don't want to see a Travis Walker. I don't want to see those type of fights. Maybe get like a Joey Abel. Joey Abel got knocked out by Oscar Rivas. But then he came back and turned right around and beat the undefeated 19-0 kid, John Wesley No Fire. Actually beat him here in Minnesota. Beat him. I wouldn't mind like a Joey Abel fight, but the competition level has to step up after this fight. It just has to. If he's only 20 or 30%, then he needs to just probably sit out, but just, getting these type of fights under his belt is not really teaching him anything. I'd rather the guy just get great sparring, just go to training camps and just get great sparring versus fighting at 20, 30%. But boxing is a business, and he wants to make some money and he wants to build up his record. So I can't totally just be upset about it, but I want to see the competition level step up. I really do. So I'm just getting this out there. I think there's a lot of promise with Hughie Fury. The boxing ability, the footwork, the being able to use his jab. He has pretty quick hands for a guy his size. So I just want to see the competition level step up, man. Just my opinion on this. Read the article. Hughie Fury. Heavyweight boxing. I'm out.